Right, hello to anybody who may see this stream. This is respective chess.com Arena Kings Season 5, Week 5, Friday. I just have some admin to do first. There's 5 minutes to go to the start, so anybody who is watching this back and not live, you may want to just fast forward 5 minutes, but I just need to post the link to my stream in the box just to show that I am streaming this event. That's done. Big thank you to give me a second, the name is coming up here, JManet411 for my first gift which I received last week. It's very much appreciated. Any gifts I receive from anybody will be going towards upgrading my computer equipment as and when I can afford it. Oh, hello Logan, thank you very much for the follow, much appreciated. And from Chesswin, thank you very much. It's going to be a tough tournament this. We're up to 90 players now, 3 minutes to go. A lot of title players in this event. Just seeing who's in the tournament. 96 now, the numbers will grow and grow through the event hopefully. Sometime in the morning I will be uploading my entire arena to my Facebook and YouTube channel, so if anybody prefers to use alternate platforms, it will be available on both of those. And we have, what, just over 2 minutes to go to the start. Well, we have 13 players, 2,500 plus. And we're just coming up to the 1 minute warning. There it is. Now we're up to 127 players now. Hopefully there will be a few hundred more players joining after the event starts. Right, let's get ready to go. Good luck, everybody. Oh, Halvard first game. I lost against Halvard the last time we played. Right, I can take or advance there. I think I'll take. Maybe just develop the bishop, look to castle. Pre-move in case he takes. He doesn't. Take the knight. Right, now I'll castle. Oh, he's got rook down though. I might have made a mistake there. Yeah, he's got rook down. That could be a nuisance move. So I can protect the pawn. Rook across, sack a pawn. I think I'll play pawn up actually because it protects this pawn. Right, now I'll play rook across. I expect he'll move over. And now I'll bring the king across. Okay, again I can take, I can leave it. I think I'll take and again move the king further across. Right, he plays over. Tough to create anything. I'd like to play pawn up, but he's got this annoying bishop move, so I think I'll just play this pawn up. Right, rook across. So now I've got a chance to go forward, simplify. I think it's playable. I might be making a mistake, but I think this is playable. Right, I'll take to simplify again. I think pawn up and rook up makes sense. Okay. Alright, so this could get a bit messy if I go forward. He's got rook check, I've got to drop back. He can win the pawn, I can win a pawn. Now, can I get away with going up? I'm going to take a risk here. I might lose the game. I'm going to take a risk. Right, so I can't afford to take there. Take. Clearly he promotes first. I can't afford that, so he's played well there. Well done. Wow, hard fought draw. Well played, Halvard. I'm going to drop the bishop back there because e5 is certain to come at some point. Okay, I'll just castle. Right, let's challenge these pawns. He might actually advance, you know, he might just advance and drive my knight back. He chooses not to. So I could advance. Knight takes, takes, takes. I don't think I like the look of that. So again, I've got the option to advance, or I can try and win a pawn. I think I'll try and win a pawn, even if it's only temporary. Right, pawn up to try and stop his knight jumping here. Maybe get my knight over. I think I can still play a knight over there. He won't take because I can take back with the pawn. I'll just leave the standings on. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. I'd like to be able to chase that knight away because there's a potential fork there, but obviously he's got knight covering knight. I don't think it's realistic. Maybe just get rook across. I think rook across, just e4 is then at least a possibility. Right, so he plays knight in. I think e4 is playable here. Is it? I don't really want to play knight back, but I've got to try and create something. I want to try and play e4. Okay, rook across. Can I get away with knight back? Pawn down. Knight takes isn't playable, it just hangs a piece. I'm going to drop the bishop back, try and get on the diagonal. Oh, have I allowed him in? Have I blundered? Wow. Nicely played, well done. Now, it would be good if I could try and get this little bit of space in the centre. Oh, he's getting ambitious. That might give me half a chance. So let's hit the rook. Right, now I'm going to throw in e4 and try and get in d5. I think queen up first, protect the pawn. Right, he's across. Knight up, maybe look to get one of the knights in. I wonder if f4 is playable. It might be a bit risky. Might be a bit risky. Even h4, h5 might be playable. Not easy for either of us, not easy. Okay, so he brings the queen over, so I can trade off a knight if I want. I can grab a pawn, back rank check is covered, so I think I'm going to have to try and grab the pawn and hit the bishop. It might be an idea just to go back. Okay, I've got to obviously take there. I think I have to trade so I can block. Ooh, can't I grab the bishop there? Now I'm threatening to take the knight. That gives my king an all-important square as well. So he wants rook down here. The knights protect each other. So he still wants rook down. I might not be able to stop it. Look to trade queens. Still look to trade queens. Right, let's just go for it. Wow, somehow got it on time, but my speed was terrible, terrible. My mouse control was a real struggle at the end of that game, wasn't it? Terrible. Okay, how do we play this? I think I'll take and play b6. Maybe try and get rid of that light bishop. You can play the bishop onto either square there. Okay, I think just pawn up. I might have to sack a pawn to go for development. But not easy, not easy. Where do I go? Let's go here and maybe try and play rook across. Right, so you might grab the pawn, but I think that's not too drastically bad. I can just simplify the position somewhat. Now, can I avoid losing all my pawns? I think I'll just protect that pawn. If rook down, I think just bishop up looks okay. Not easy, not easy. Let's hit the knight and try and bring the king up. I'm certainly losing this game, I'm certainly struggling this game. So I'll probably end up losing this, but might try and advance. Yeah, I think his knight is more dangerous than my bishop, so I'm going to try and take it off if I can, even though I'm a pawn down. Right, so we do get rid of that. Right, so now I'm going to try and put some pawns forward. Now I'm going to potentially sack this one to try and get the king up. Oh, that's terrible. I've played that terribly. With the extra pawn, that's just game over, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just give him that one. Well done. Just get on with the next game. It's an arena after all. Okay, I'll advance this time. I've tried an exchange earlier in the event, so actually, let's play something completely different. I normally play e pawn forward there, so let's just try something completely different. If he takes, I'll go with the knight. If he takes, I'll actually take with the queen. Right, just keep the pawns protected, drop the queen back, try and get the bishop developed, and just leave this pawn where it is or play up one square. Right, I think I'll go right back. I want to put the bishop up if I can. So bishop forward. Maybe rook across. Oops. Okay, rook across again. I think h3 might make sense to stop him coming in this side. Just cover this square. I need to try and play e4, I think, don't I? I think e4 is going to be needed. Oh, well, now I can play e4. He's dropped his knight back, but he might be lining up f5, but I think e4 is pretty essential there. Okay, so he goes on that diagonal. Now, can I get my knight there? 1, 2, 3. I can do it in 4 moves. That's very long-winded, though. Let's potentially start a very long journey around. Okay, do I stay on file? Do I drop over? Is it worth going for an exchange sack? Okay, so that pawn's hanging. I think I'll play queen up, but now my knight can't go there. Could be a problem. So I might have to play a knight back this way to hit the bishop. Okay, I'll ignore that for a move. If he takes, I'll just capture back. He drops back, but how do I get the knight back there? I think I'm going to play rook across. So I've still got another 4 move step that I could potentially do. I think I've got to challenge that file. Right, knight back helps to protect this pawn with the bishop. That pre-move in case he takes. Right, queen in. So this pawn's actually loose, so can I get away with queen across? I think I have to, but again it's taking away the square I want my knight to go to. Okay, I think time to hit the queen. Right, I'll hit the queen again. Now if the queen wanders off I can potentially get the square I want this way, but if I go in and he takes, I go in, the knight is protected in it, so I think I can go this way. If he takes, oh, he gets a pawn though. So I might have to go in. He gets a pawn. Knight in. I've got to take. I've played it now, so I've got to take anyway. Right, so rook across. I think I can still play the knight in here. This bishop could be in a lot of trouble though. Bishop could be in a lot of difficulty here, so I've got to protect it. Okay, so if I take, get out of that pin. Can I hit the queen there? Right, so we can trade. Rook across he can take. I think I've got a trade. Well, let's waste an extra move. Oh, I mustn't pre-move that just in case. Okay, that's very nicely played, very neatly played. Oh, he's dropped his rook. Unlucky. Really unlucky there. Ooh, again, I pre-moved when I shouldn't have. Wow, that's a really lucky win. That's a bit of a swindle, that one. I didn't deserve that one. Wow, a really aggressive opening. How's the best way to challenge that pawn structure? See, I'm going to trade here at some point. I don't want to drop back. I'll just trade, I think. Oh, I think you can go forward there. Actually, I'm going to take the knight first. I can maybe go forward. Don't know if it's any good enough, but I'm going there. So I'll take and then take back. Wow, I have to play this, so I might have just dropped a piece. I think that's forced. I have just dropped a piece. Wow. That's a terrible blunder, isn't it? That is drastic, it really is. Played this terribly. Okay, so I can try grabbing a pawn. I think I'm going to have to. I've got no choice. If he takes, I'll have to take back with a pawn. Well, I'm clearly completely busted here. I should be completely busted. Just drop a queen back, but I don't see how I can win these. F6 at some point will have to come, I guess. Actually, let's maybe roll forward. If you're beaten, you might as well try something. Okay, knight in. Actually, I can't get away with taking there, can I? Knight check, and I could take. Takes, knight check. I could take, but then he just takes anyway. If I go forward, he might sack, but you know what? If he sacks, I'll just take. Okay, I'm going to try and grabbing another pawn. But knight check if I don't take. I think he's got queen down and it's just going to force a mate, isn't it? So I think I'm forced to take there. So just grab another pawn. But surely this has got to be unstoppable. Right, he's gone back over, so can I run a pawn up myself? Okay, that doesn't look very good, does it? But I can take and offer to trade queens. He comes in. So let's hit the bishop. Oh, it's checkmate next move, isn't it? So I have to drop back. Right, so I think rook up. Try and get behind the pawn. I'm still completely busted. I'm down on the clock, I'm down positionally. So I've got to be busted, but I'm just going to try and run a pawn, I think. If he checks, I'll just drop back. Okay, so let's just go forward. Forward again. Ooh, I might have walked into the mate, have I? Yeah, there's got to be a checkmate there, hasn't there? There's got to be. Giving him the 7th rank, that's terrible. Yeah, it's checkmate. Well done. Well played. I played a very poor game there. Oh, Josip, this is going to be a tough game. Okay, I think I'll just take a castle. Where's the best square for the knight? I'm not sure. Okay, so he can come forward, but I'm not sure it's a dreadful problem, is it? Okay, let's go forward. I want to see if I can go forward again. Right, so now there's a potential check. So I can do that, get his bishop off. Okay, let's go for it. I'm going to try and sack here if I can, so let's go for it. Right, so he's got rook across, maybe queen check. Okay, queen over. Ooh, have I just blundered the pawn? Oh, that's annoying. That's a bit annoying. Blundered the key pawn. Okay, let's grab a pawn. Okay, I've got to take there. So again, I've got to take the pawn. And now I'm going to be kind of a bit stuck. He's actually got a pretty solid position. Oh, I've blundered the rook. Blundered the rook, I just missed it. Terrible blunder. Well played. Good to get game time with the elite players though. I think I can go for this. I think I'm going to take and just go e3 instead of e4. So we know this pawn storm is coming, so I'm actually going to castle along. I'm going to try and open the position up. Maybe even get knight in, sack a pawn to get rid of the bishop and open the position up. Might be playable. Well, if he's going to put the bishop that side, it's certainly playable. So just edge forward now as a holding move. If his bishop going to diagonal, I'm going forward. So the immediate threat is a check to win the queen, so he goes back. Now, I think I'm just going to push the pawn up. Right, so let's go for the original plan, and then just try and push pawns forward. Okay, just plain. If he takes, I've got a fork. If he takes the knight, I can take with a pawn and protect that pawn. Right, so this is obviously the key move, so how do we wangle this? Like, we just have to move across. Alright, and we're going to go forward, it's all or nothing. Okay, so push that pawn. Push that pawn. There's literally all or nothing here. This pawn is going forward. If we can shift this one and try and get a gap, you never know, we might get in, you never know. He takes, so I've got queen up, pawn down. Just stick to the plan, just push the pawn. If he takes en passant, I've got to take back. But at least now I'm hitting this pawn. Okay. I think just drop back, maybe rook across, hit the knight. Now, can I sack? Takes, check, back. I don't think it quite works. I think I've got to challenge that queen. Okay, I don't want to trade. I want rook across to pressure that knight. Okay, he protects it. I'm still going to go there actually. There might be some tactics in some lines. So let's just play a rook up and pressure a pawn. Right, he defends it. So now this is a target again. Takes. Not quite sure how. So I'm just going to play a holding move. Okay, pawn forward. So again, can I take? Maybe take. I don't think I can. I'm going to drop the bishop back and try and come this way. Try and pressure this pawn again. See, currently the knight's pinned, so it can't take back. Okay, advances, I could actually just take that, I think. I think I have to take. Oh, if I take there, you can take with the queen. So again, can I take? Queen takes. Take, take, I don't think I can. I'm going to take a really big risk here. Well, I'm losing on time as well. Now I've got a dangerous rook check coming. I think I can pre-move that pretty much. Oh, I've blundered. Wow. That's what happens when you pre-move. That's exactly what you deserve. Wow, then he blundered back. Oh, I've blundered again. Wow. Wow, very lucky there, very lucky. Very lucky. Maybe it's not my night tonight. So let's try something different against d4. Okay, I think rook across. At some point I'm going to take, I'm guessing, but there's no real threat from a discovery on the queen, doesn't really do anything. So I'll just again play a holding move. Okay. I think I'll play queen up and kind of force the issue a little bit. Right, he drops back. I think I'll just play pawn forward to help guard this move. Okay, I've got to drop back. Maybe knight across, then there's pressure on the pawn, although he's got obviously the natural rook across. So he plays in anywhere. So again, I'll drop back. If he takes, I think I'll just take with a bishop. Oh, okay. Let's hope I'm not getting my queen trapped here. Well, if the rook's gone, I think I want him to take this one. Take with the queen or the knight. I think I'll take with the knight if he takes, because then there's a hit on the pawn. He's done well there though, he's worked that out well, well done. So I can grab a pawn. Drop back. Again, if he takes, I've got knight up pawn. I think it has to be pawn, I think. Okay, so we've got an option to trade everything off. Takes, 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 takes. I don't think I like the look of that. Knight over doesn't really threaten anything, but well, maybe knight in's a nuisance move, hit the bishop. Not sure what I can do with my queen. Right, he goes back over, so knight over is playable to hit the bishop, but I don't really see what it does after that. Yeah, if I can shift the bishop though, I might be able to play pawn forward. Might be useful to get the pawn forward. Okay, so I'll go for that and I'll just take with the knight if he takes. Now I might be able to get the bishop onto a better square as well. So we'll put the bishop on the diagonal. Knight in threatens a very dangerous check, so I think I'll actually just take it. Okay, so I get the knight active. I just bring the queen round. Okay, so I've got knight back, but if the knight moves, this falls. So one pawn or another is going to go. Knight over, knight down, takes, takes, takes. I think I need to try and protect this bit if I can. Now if he goes pawn grabbing, I might be able to get half a chance at going forward. This pawn is loose and that pawn is loose. Well, he plays across, so can I take? I think I can take with the king coming up. Okay, he goes pawn grabbing after all. So can I get away with knight up now? Oh, blundered the rook. Blundered the rook. Wow. Oh, he's got the check anyway, of course. Yeah, just give him that. Well done. Played that very poorly. Well played. Well, let's play a Caracan, my first one this evening. Okay, let's just take there, no nonsense. Okay, I think I can take there. Maybe I couldn't. Maybe I shouldn't have taken there. I have to take that, I think. I think that's forced. So I'll hit the bishop. I think I'm just going to simplify this to a fairly quick end game. If the bishop moves, we can obviously trade queens. And bishop up to pin the knight, whatever he takes with. No need to pre-move anything, of course. Okay, so I think the bishop move is okay. So I can gain one, lose one. I've got bishop up to actually still hit the rook, but then he could come down. I think it's an okay trade. I can always drop the bishop back here if he takes this one. Right, so I'll fork these pieces. So I'll see if he takes or not. He does. Let's try and get a pawn further up the board. So now we can protect both of them. Right, so now I'll cover this back square, so there's an option potentially to trade the rooks off. Okay, just comes forward, so I'll just take, offer the same again. I don't think he'll take here, but if he does, I'll take back. He doesn't. So I'll just put bishop on a safe square. Okay. Now, do I want to risk going forward and keep the pawns? Right, now I've got a chance to actually really go forward. Make it interesting. Let's try and make it interesting. I'm guessing he's going to try and put the bishop here to stop me winning this pawn, which he can do, or he can go for this one. But again, it could make it interesting if we trade off. So I think I need to go here first. But of course, now he can comfortably protect this one, and he's done that. I think I'll offer him a draw. I don't think he'll take it, but it's a very drawish position. Okay. It's got to be a draw, surely. Oops. Got there, got the repetition draw, excellent result. Right, I'll try c5 again. Okay, comes forward. Now, I'm wondering if I can try and get his bishop trapped. But that's actually a threat. He should play something like this, and then I can just take anywhere. So I'll do that. Again, I've got a potential threat there. It's just a cheesy move, but he might miss the fork. If he doesn't miss it, I can just drop back. There's a possible bishop check as well. Imbalance of position. Okay, he doesn't miss it, so... Gotta be a little bit careful. I'll develop the bishop. I probably should run the pawns up. But the knight's got an escape square. Okay. Now, can I get away with taking? I don't think I can. So I've got to drop back. If he advances, I think I can take. Otherwise I think I'm going to chuck a pawn forward. But this pawn's actually being hit. So he advances. So I can't take or drop the queen. I can gain a pawn, lose a pawn, but then I'll lose a piece here. Wow, very, very good move, that, very good. So I can't even easily sacre it. So what I might do is give him the exchange. What happens if I play a pawn up? If he takes, I take. If he takes, I take. I think pawn up is forced. Now he's played this really well, he really has, really well. So if he takes here, I take with the pawn. If he takes here, I've got to take with a queen. But this could be really dangerous now, really dangerous. If I can win that pawn, I'll feel a lot happier. Okay. Has he missed it? I can just take that. He might have just miscalculated there. Okay. Yeah, this is all still protected, so if he takes the bishop I can take with rook, I think. I think the rook is best if he takes. If he grabs the pawn, I think I'll just take this pawn. So take with a rook to pressure this. Take with a queen so there's still two attacking here. Get rid of that. Now, can I get this rook into play? Maybe knight across, rook across. Try not to get checkmated. Right, he comes forward, so I think I'll stick to knight over, cover this square, try and get the rook across. Alright, he doesn't have a knight check, so I think the rook is safe here. Pressures his knight, and now I think I've just got pawn up. It looks risky because it's opening my king up, but he can't move with a check. He doesn't have a queen check, so it should win a piece unless I'm missing something. Right, so I take, and I think the king is safe here, but I can always block a check. Yeah, now two pieces up, it should be a formality. Ah, well, now the rook's off as well, it's got to be a win, it's got to be. And now I can start rolling up the board, just push the pawns. I've got an outside pawn. But he's played a really good game for his rating level. He's played a fantastic game, he really has. Now I've got a knight check as well. Actually, I think I'll put the bishop in to really cement that and try and bring the king up. And when the time's right, this pawn is just going to push. I think the time is right now. Just push another pawn. Mustn't give him a stalemate though, because right now I've got to make sure he's got a move. So check, he can go back. Yeah, make sure his pawn's got a move. So there's no stalemate, and that's checkmate next move. Excellent, get there. Well played though, he played a really, really good game for most of that, he really did. Okay, let's play a reti. D4. How do I feel like playing this? There's lots and lots of options. I think I'll just go fairly traditional. Okay, let's see if he wants to take. He doesn't. Take rook across and bring the knight round. Possibly bishop up just to prompt something here. I might just trade the bishop. Then we're preparing to take here and bring a knight into the middle maybe. And just prepare to push this side as well. Okay. Like just one square, and then if he advances again I can counter advance. Or we could just potentially really close the whole side off. Right, let's move the knight out wide. Yeah, I could play pawn up and really close this down, but it's hard to get a knight over there. I'm wondering if f4 might be an idea. Let's move the rook back. Right, so he does come forward, so I've got an option to trade. Take, takes, 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 takes. Yeah, let's trade everything off. Now, I think knight up makes initial sense. It helps to protect the pawn and hits the bishop. But that pawn is fairly secure now, so can I blast through here? Takes, 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 messes pawn structure up. Okay, this is risky, but I'm going to play it. I want to try something. And try and maybe get the queen active. Okay, so I think queen up. Okay, he comes forward, so I think queen in, threatening to take if his queen wanders off, as long as I don't drop this, and then try and get the rook somewhere down this way. And of course I've got to be wary of this now, so I still can't take there. I think rook onto the open file. Then we're looking to try and get queen in and maybe rook down. So I'm taking a risk, it's a calculated gamble. Now that might give my knight another outpost here, potentially. Okay, so now I'm lining up to try and go here. I'm going to let him take this pawn. So I'm taking a big risk, big risk. So does queen check do anything there? I don't think it does. So let's look to trade a rook first. He might just play a rook back and have him grab the pawn. He does indeed, but that simplifies the position. So I think I can play a knight over now. So now I'm covering these squares, okay. So now I'm threatening here. I think you can possibly get away with this, but then I'm going to try and bring another rook around the side. So it really is an all or nothing, this. I'm going to try and open his king up. Right, so he does indeed go forward, but I think now I can go back and try and grab this pawn. Now, if... oh, have I blundered? Have I blundered? I think I can go back. I missed that move. That wasn't something I was gambiting. I missed that. But there's still pressure to take this pawn. So obviously both kings are wide open. So now where does this queen go? How does he defend it? I've got threats like this. So let's throw in a check. I mean, how does he defend that? He can't block with rook or queen. His king's in perilous danger here. I think he's got to go there. He might get away with it. He might get away with it. Wow. So I've obviously got a knight check. That might be a terrible mistake I've just played there. Now I've got a rook check if he leaves the file open. But now I'm threatening checkmate as well. His rook's wandered off. So there's all sorts of threats. That pins the queen. That should be game over. Hit the rook, hit the bishop. Excellent win. That's an excellent win. Very pleased with that. Right, I'm going to take a 30-second break now between games and just see how some of the elite players are getting on. Obviously, very tough for me tonight. Very tough, 13 points. We've just gone through the hour mark. Wow, 12.5 out of 13 at the top. Very, very good. Well played to all of those elite players. Right, I think I'll play another Caracan. Right, we have a traditional one this time. Oh, so he's going to castle queenside, I think, here. Let's go forward straight away. Okay. So no marks for guessing what happens here. Pawns fly all over the place. But can you do any good with them? I've got to sack them. I've just got to sack here. Now, do I push this side? If I push, he doesn't have to take, but I've got to open the file, don't I? I've got to. I think I've got to open the file up. Might not get me anywhere, but I think it's the only realistic option. Then try and maybe plant a knight forward, so let's go on the first step to going forward. I've maybe got rook across actually. I wonder if rook across is a dangerous move there. I've got bishop over to challenge his bishop, but rook over? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to challenge the bishop, because if he takes, I can maybe take with a pawn rather than the rook. Not sure I want to, though. I think I'll take with a pawn. Now I'm definitely going to put the knight forward. Threatening to push a pawn here as well. So put the knight forward. Then what to do with this bishop? I mean, we could go around the houses. Okay, so there's an option to take, but I think get queen up first. So we're threatening an immediate checkmate, so he heads that off. So we could just trade. I don't think I've got anything better actually there, so I'll take. So now we're threatening the bishop. But he has got this passed pawn, which could be a real headache. I've got to be careful. Ah, can I take now? That's a blunder, isn't it? He's just blundered a piece. That's just a clean blunder. Wow. I've got to try and get the rook active. So I think... I've got to bring the king over to protect the bishop. And then I can bring rook over to protect the pawn. If he advances, I can just go forward. So I'll go on the open file. Right, so can I go after these to give up this? But I think that's maybe too attacking for him. If king up, he can check though. So let's protect with the rook and try and advance these pawns. If I could find a way to sack the bishop for 2 pawns, I'd probably do it. Right, now I'm going to go back, because now the king's wandered. I can maybe get a check. Okay. Very tough, very, very tough to try and win this. I might have to bail out with a draw here. This is going to be very tough to try and win. Right, so can I sack anything here to create anything? I'm going to risk it, you know. I want to go for it. If I lose, I lose. Who cares? If he takes, I'll take with the outside pawn. Okay. Now I'm going to get a passed pawn, I think. This has got to be better for me, surely. Right, now I can risk giving that up because his rook is just completely out of play. This has got to be winning. How on earth does he stop this? Okay. If I take, he goes back, rook across. I think I take. Let's just protect. So I could actually be losing, you never know. What I need really is king here, isn't it? Oh, got the time. Just noticed the time. Right, if he lets my king come up, I'm doing well. Wow, that is really annoying that I lost that one. That should have been a win. Should have been a win. He did well though, to be fair. He held on well. So well played. Okay, takes. How about making it interesting? Let's take the knight instead of the pawn. Okay. No, let's just play bishop up one. Okay, I'll trade here. Okay, so maybe get rid of that bishop. Now, bishop can go up with a potential discovery, but I don't think you actually gain anything from it. So just keep it fairly straightforward. Right, let's just play a nuisance move, pin the knight, drop back. Keeps his queen a little bit bogged down. Okay, just pawn up. Ooh. Okay, let's take that. He'd probably grab the pawn. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. So now I've got the option to take and mess his pawns up, but it doesn't gain anything. It just messes the pawn structure up. Or I can go here now and get rid of that bishop. Take, 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 take. I think I'll go for the bishop and hope I'm not blundering something like this. Which I might be actually, mightn't I? I might have to go 2 rooks for the queen. He might have had rook across there. He might have had rook across. What can I do there? Let's double his pawns up. Let's get behind the pawn and try and push. Oh, by giving him the 7th rank. I might have given him that 7th rank. Bishop does protect the pawn though. Otherwise I'm just going to try and run up the board. Okay, there's a nasty check there, so we don't want that. So let's sidestep that. Hit the knight. I don't really want to take the knight. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nasty. Let's go across then. See, if he takes, I have to take with a pawn because the rook covers. Right, so now it's, can we win this or not? This could be double-edged because I'm going to try and push as well. Ooh, he's going for the checkmate. Wow. So I think I have to challenge that. I've got no option. So if he takes, I have to take. Yeah, this is not turned out according to plan. Not gone according to plan. Maybe I need to slow down a little, use my time a bit better. Right, so he's played down, so I have to take, otherwise he blows me away, but now I can't get my king out. But I think I can push my pawn, because how does he promote otherwise? Okay, pawn for pawn would be a very fair swap. I think that's going to be forced. I think I'll offer him a draw. It's clearly a drawn position, isn't it? Okay, he doesn't want it, but he's going to have to take it now. Ooh. Well, now I can just take the pawn anyway, so he has to take now. So I think pawn up, just try and get my king some space. Yeah, I'm definitely losing this now. I've played the wrong one up, although that's a mistake though. That's definitely a mistake. If I get rid of 3 pawns for the rook, then you still have half a chance, an outside chance granted, but half a chance. Right, let's push the pawn. Oh, I've blown my chance to win his pawn. I've blown it. Wow, that is terrible. Terrible technique, terrible. Only 13 points is all I've got, 45 minutes left. Let's go a little bit more cautious this game. Okay, I'll just ignore that for now, and I'll advance a pawn myself. Now this could get interesting. I can take, advance, but then he's got knight in hitting my knight. I think I'll take anyway. So if I advance, he's got knight takes, bishop takes, rook. So I think I can pin his knight, and if he takes a pawn I can take back. Right, knight in, hitting the knight, so he might aim for the pawn. It's currently protected. Wow, he goes forward again, so I can actually take the bishop. Pawn takes, everything comes off. Okay, so let's take that. Let's go this one as well. Right. So I queen up just to pressure the pawn and protect this pawn. Knight advances are covered, so I think I can play a rook across. Looks very drawish, very, very drawish. But very easily to blunder a position like this, very easy to do. Yeah, black's king is more open, but his rooks are more active. H3 maybe to stop the knight coming this way, give the king a square. But very tough to see how I can try and create anything here. I'll simplify getting one of the rooks off. I'll play a holding move, give the king an escape square. Right, knight goes back. Must admit, I do prefer generally to have knights than bishops in endgames. He's got a dangerous knight move coming here. The bishop needs to move somewhere. Not easy, not easy. Can't even really go there. I can play here with the queen, hit the knight and the pawn, then maybe drop the bishop back if his knight comes forward. Bishop could go forward actually, couldn't it? Pressure the pawn and tempt him to really launch forward, then drop back. And I'm still hitting this pawn. That's exactly what he's done. So I'm still covering the knight coming forward, I'm still pressuring this pawn. He goes back, but now I think I can play rook across. Again, as long as I'm not blundering anything silly. But my queen is kind of out of the game, kind of stuck. Queen can't come back, can't go forward anywhere. Right, he's offering to trade. Don't really want to. I think I'll step across. Might be a big mistake, that might be a big mistake. So again, he's offering to trade. Just got to make sure I don't walk into things like this. But I might try and swing across and go after this pawn. He has got loose pawns. Okay, that's a good move. So I'm going to play this pawn forward, try and give him something to think about. Okay, let's go across. We're actually threatening to hit this pawn here. Again, it's risky, 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 risky. Right, he goes for it, but I'm actually threatening a check now with a hit on the queen. It's very easy to miss things like that. I don't think he will miss it, but it's easy to miss them. I can always maybe drop the rook back. The queen's protected, so it's not going to be lost if I move the rook. Again, the check now isn't on, but queen forward and now a very strong check is on. Rook across is playable as well. Okay, I can check. He has to go back over surely. Check, he goes back. I just don't see what I've got. I'm going to trust that I'm going to be okay on the clock. Not sure which side I need to go there. Wow, somehow done it on time, but I didn't really deserve it. Got a bit lucky again there. Okay, let's go with a knight this time, just mix it up. Okay, so I've allowed him to stop me from castling, which is a bit annoying. So I've got to bring the knight back over. Must admit, I would do exactly the same thing. So knight over. Maybe you've got a fork. Okay, he's going for the mate. So I could play pawn up. I can play pawn up. No, I think I've got to go g6. Okay, so again he's going in all or nothing. Might have to give up the rook. So as if I go forward, he can come forward again. I think I've got to play king up and move the rook over, I think. Which square? I think this one is alright. I don't know it's alright, I think it's alright. Okay. Knight up and I'm offering to trade queens. He can take the knight, but I can still trade the queen first, I think. Right, he goes back over. I think rook across just to protect that pawn. He might grab the knight, he might not. Okay, so he's kicking my knight back, so I think it has to really come back. Ooh, I can't go there. Right, now I can drop the knight back here and offer to trade queens again. Right, now I can hit the bishop with a check. And I've got a check. He might miss that actually. There's a fork to hit the queen as well. Be nice if he missed it. Okay, so he hasn't actually missed it. I can take here though, can't I? I can take with a check. Now, is g5 playable? Oh, have I missed something? I have missed something. Mind if he takes? I can still take there. Just it lets him in. Oh, it lets him in for checkmate. Missed it. Missed it. Well played. Yeah, I'm having a pretty poor night tonight. Last Samurai. Now I've played Samurai before, generally, and I lost, as you may expect. Ah, he wants to come in here. He wants to do a sacrifice there. He wants to do a sacrifice there. This is already a bit tricky then. I'm going to have to try and get castled. Wow, this is terrible, isn't it? Am I giving myself a smothered mate here somehow? Am I going to get smothered mated? Well, I've managed to castle somehow. So hit the knight. Yeah, as you may expect, all these elite players know all the tricks of the trade, don't they? Now bishop up hits the queen. He's lucky, he's got one square. So the queen can't get trapped. So let's just go forward. Still go forward. Rook across, hit the pawn. Okay, I'll take that. Is there a sack there? I don't think so. I think I'm going to look to double the rooks up. Initially I'll hit this pawn. Ooh, have I given him a fork? I have. I might as well grab the pawn then. If I get a chance, I'm going to have to take that pawn, otherwise he's going to queen it. Wow, so he's got an actual mate attack. He must have calculated this. So if I take, he's got check. Can I block? I'm just going to have to go for it. Have to go for it. So rook down, he's got rook down with a check. Rook down, he takes, and he queens. So I could take, and he takes. I think I've got to play rook down. Ah, that's terrible, isn't it? Because I've given him the queen back. Yeah, terrible. But now I'm completely tied down. I don't think there's anything I can do. I suppose I can play king up potentially to free the bishop for a move. But the queen has to keep protecting. Okay, throw in a check. Then I have to go back, it's forced. Yeah, now I can't play king up. That's annoying. Yeah, I'm just completely pinned down, aren't I? Completely hemmed down. I don't see what I can do. Well done. Well played. At least I put in a respectable effort that time. That wasn't too bad, considering the rating gap. Okay. Let's play another true retty again. So take the pawn first. Let's hit that rook that he's got there. My rook covers my knight, so my knight's protected. And he goes back. Knight in, not quite yet. I'm going to play the knight back so he hasn't got the option to take it and maybe go forward. Okay, so he's getting a really aggressive position. Right, so now back, and possibly f3 might come at some point. I might take, might actually be worth taking now, I think it is. Right, now I think it's worth trying to just open this side up. Right, bishop back, pawn forward. Okay. Ooh, doesn't quite drop a pawn, does it? Just play queen up, hit the pawn. Okay, so let's get the bishop active. It might press him to come forward, it doesn't. I'm kind of running out of ideas. I'm so slow this game, I don't know why. Ridiculously slow. I'm going to tempt him in and just sack a rook, I think. Just sack the rook. Put the bishop up. Now try and go forward. Rook across here to protect. Right, so let's go forward. Again. Okay, the knight's under pressure, so we've got to drop back. Okay. Let's hit the bishop. Knight back. I need to sacrifice and I don't know how. I don't think it's possible, is it? Don't think it's possible. No, he's done very well. He's just outplayed me. Yeah, give him that one. He's done well. He's just outplayed me, so I'll play it. Oh, Renato Terry. What's he at? 28.71. I think I might find this game a little bit difficult. I should play a bishop up there. Of course I should. Okay, keep it fairly traditional. Let's go forward. I'm just going to double the rooks up. Right, so it comes out. So can I get the queen in somehow? I want to try and get the queen up if I can. Don't know if it's possible. Let's look to play rook across. Could still play rook across. Rook across, where does he go? He goes there. See, let's, oh, what am I doing? His queen protects his knight. Wow, I thought his knight was hanging and it wasn't. I thought his knight was hanging and it wasn't. Well played. Right, we have what, 20 minutes left, just over 20 minutes left. Okay, let's advance. Okay, so he sacks a pawn, I'll take it. He might be trying to get very active play. If knight up, I think I'll play bishop up, so he plays bishop. Ooh, I can just take, can't I? If I take, he gets bishop over. But I think I can drop the queen back here, and this is protected, so I think I'll grab the pawn. And then I think I can play knight up. But if I can, I'll just play... pawn up, I've got queen check. E3 or E4. I'm going to play E3 and just bishop up and try and castle. Actually, I can hit the bishop there with the pawn with tempo. Now I can play knight up. Now, bishop up I think is playable here. He's going to castle queenside. It could get messy, this. Let's play bishop up so I can also castle queenside. Queen up, knight over. Let's play queen up to hit the bishop. I want a castle, but I don't know if it's going to cause me a real headache or not. I think knight in to hit this bishop and try and get rid of one of his pieces. Okay, he doesn't take. I've got to drop back, but now I'm going to play bishop up if he doesn't grab the pawn. Got to play it back. He's playing really well. He might even get my queen in trouble here. Queen's in trouble, so I think I'm going to play pawn up so the queen can drop back, and I'm going to look to castle queenside. Because he's castle queenside, I think it's reasonably safe. What's he done? H4. Okay, I'm just going to castle and just try and bail out a bit there. If he takes, I'll take. He takes a knight now, but now I can pin his knight to his rook. Okay. I think I've got to take the rook. Now I'll hit the knight and try and get that off the board. So take the knight. He's really got to take with a pawn, he can't really trade queens. So take back. Again, he's playing really quite well for his rating, he really is doing very, very well. I don't want to play up there, do I? That would be silly. I think that would be silly, but I've got to be careful. I could be getting his queen in here. Right, queen there is a potential risk, but I think I'm okay for now to push the pawn. But I'm so far down on the clock, it's untrue. But with this pawn here, it's harder for him to get his queen in, at least rapidly anywhere. So I'm going to look to try and trade queens. If he doesn't trade, then my queen's got a bit more space. Okay. So again, I'm going to look to try and trade queens and try and grab a pawn if he doesn't. Right, so now I'm going to try and go forward. Again, look to trade queens. Even if I end up losing a pawn as a result. Now I can go forward with a second pawn. So these might be quite tough to stop now, both of them. If he takes a pawn with a rook, I can check and get the queen off. Still not necessarily winning, of course. Right, what do I do? I think rook up. He really has played this really, really well, though. So rook up so I can go behind the pawn on a dark square. Right, now I've got to try and quicken up. So I'll get the king up. Okay, just take first. Just go forward. Rook protects this pawn. Oh, is that an en passant? Now push. Try and get it onto a dark square. Right, king over, so just go forward. Right, grab the pawn while I can. Okay, so I think pawn up. I'm very happy to trade off their course, so just push on the other side. If he runs his rook over, I just push this pawn. Hit the pawn, protect the pawn. Ah, I could have taken the bishop, couldn't I? Of course I could. In fact, I could have taken the pawn first there as well. Excellent, we get there in the end. Right, let's go the e3 way this time, just for something different. Okay, let's try and go forward, gain a bit of space. Can I potentially go forward there? I don't think it works. I think knight up is playable. Okay. I've got to hit the queen there and the bishop, try and get rid of one of them. This square is covered, so get rid of his bishop. Now I can go forward because I'm threatening to take and open his pawns up, so I'll do that. Get my pawn back, get the rook across maybe. But now his king's open, I don't want to take there, just... Actually, let's push the pawn. If he takes with a check, obviously I take back. Okay, now I could potentially take either way, push again and he's trapped, and if he plays rook across I can take with a queen, so I think that wins a piece. I think it wins a piece, I might be wrong, but I think it wins a piece. So if he plays rook across, I take with a queen and it pins the rook, so he can't actually take my queen back. So now just get out of the way, threaten a check. And that pawn's done its job very well indeed, so that's a good win. It's very late at night here in the UK though. What's it now? 10:45 PM. So it's very hard to play good quality chess at this time of night. Okay, let's go forward this time. I don't normally here. Actually, let's go bishop on the diagonal. Ooh, it's giving me a chance to go forward. It does let his knight out. No, I don't want to do that. I'll just keep the pawn in the middle. I think I'll take with a pawn. If he checks, I'll block with the bishop. I want to keep the bishop on the diag if I can, and castle if I can. Knight down. See, I've got to protect, so if he takes, I've got to take with the pawn. Okay, bishop over, so I think I've really got to castle while I can, otherwise I might not get the chance. But now, possibly go forward, hit the bishop. If he comes forward, I can hit the bishop again. No, I don't like the look of that, so I think I'll just play rook across. The idea was this, but he could hit my knight anywhere. Ah, now I might have an opportunity to sack. Is it worth the sack? Who knows? Who knows if it's worth it or not? Let's just go for it. So let's go after the pawn. Okay, let's go after the pawn again. But am I blundering something? Am I blundering something? I can't take there. Well, that's a terrific move. So gain a pawn, lose a pawn with check, lose your queen. So I've got to play knight down, I'm guessing. So the sack certainly didn't work. I've certainly lost this. So equally again, I can't take there. Ah, he gets a double check, doesn't he? Wow. So if I take, he takes across. So I've got to break that pin. He now doesn't have a check. So actually now his rook is pinned to his queen. So I might be able to take back after all. Rook takes is an idea, but I've played this terribly. Terribly. So he goes for the sack. So now my queen hangs. So I think I've got to go for this. Yes. I think I'll just give him that. There's nothing I can do there. That's a really poor game. Right, let's just bring the bishop up. He'll probably go after this pawn. No, he doesn't. Okay, so now I can trade. Bishop up. Now, to trade or not to trade, I think I really need to. If knight in, I can drop the knight back, so I'll just play pawn up and maybe knight back. Okay, go on a dark square. He doesn't have a dark squared bishop. Now rook across, and again, just look to play knight back. So now I can trade here. Okay, can he get in there? I don't think he quite can. I think I can take with this one. Just drop back, drop the knight back if I need to. Okay. So let's bring the knight back. So forward I think I can take. Okay, so I've got a queen check, but does it do me any good? I don't know if it does. I'm going to try and open this up. Can't take with a bishop because of the check. I'm just trying to gain some space before my king's position is blown apart. Okay, so I'll take that. Now if he takes with a rook, can I advance the pawn? He goes with a queen, so I think Yeah, the mate's covered by the knight, so I'm okay to grab the pawn. Oh, I've let him in. Whoa. Maybe I wasn't okay to grab the pawn. Wow. Not concentrating well tonight for some reason. I think I'm okay for now though. Can he take this pawn? Ooh, I've got to go for that. 2 pieces. Got to go for 2 pieces. Now I can push a pawn. They're protecting each other. The knight protects the mate, so I've got to push the pawn. It's just that I can't actually take back if he takes, but it doubles his pawns up. Right, he does indeed. So put that pawn on a dark square. Now I need to get this rook back somewhere and try and get rid of these pawns. Okay, well now I think I can go here. The checkmate is protected by the knight, which his bishop can't shift. So if I double the rooks up... Ooh, he's opened his king up. That can't be right. Let's hit the bishop, so he's got to kind of keep himself tied back. But he's left his king wide open there, so you never know. Even though I should be lost, you never know. Can I get away with something like pawn up? King over, he's got check. Pawn up. Let's go for it. I might be just walking into complete disaster, of course. Right, he grabs the pawn. So now I'm going to double the rooks up. Right, drop back and try and get the knight active. Okay, if he takes, I might be okay, because then I can check him. Right, let's go forward. Surely I can take, can't I? What am I missing there? Right, now I can bring this rook up to block. Ah, I can't because he might get round the back. Let's bring the knight over. Gotta go back. Oops, I shouldn't pre-move that, should not pre-move that. Got him. That's a nice puzzle rush. Excellent. With only 3 minutes left, I'm not sure it's worth actually playing another game. Where am I now? 107th out of 500. It's not actually too bad. 108th. 10 out of 22. It's been a pretty tough field. I've only lost, 8 rating points, but 3 minutes left. I don't think it's really worth starting another game. So I'll close that game. And I'll keep the arena window on. I'll just see how the event finishes. So I've got to play Renato tonight, I've got to play Samurai tonight, and Jaspam tonight. 3 very strong players. That's very good. So it looks like it's Renato Terry's for the losing, really. A 9-point gap with 2 minutes left. I don't see how you can really overtake that. Now next week's arena, we're actually back to the normal time. It's 1 hour earlier, 8 PM to 10 PM UK time. So that should be my next stream, all being well. Actually, it's not a bad record, that, is it really? And when you think I've got, what is it, 10 out of 22, but I've had 3 losses against these really elite players. So if them games weren't there, it would be 10 out of 19. That's actually not a bad record. It's a very strong tournament, this. That's not too bad. Oh, only 5 points in it at the top now, with 1 minute to go. I still think it's too big a gap. I can't see that being closed in the last minute. I suppose you never know, but I don't think it can be closed in the last minute. Right, we're just coming up to the end. So well done. Very good result for the 3 elite players, so that will end my stream. So thank you to anybody who may see this.